a sobering reality of who he is, and also his definition and the impact that he sees in his space with misinformation and disinformation. Because I think one of the things that we haven't really honed in on is misinformation and disinformation aren't necessarily the same thing.
That's
but I
right.
will let you go ahead and take the people wherever you want them to go.
Right, thank you. And thank you for your leadership, man. You always show up
That's right.
for us, and we respect and appreciate you and all that you do. So one of the lessons that has been learned is that Marjorie Taylor Greene taught us you do not follow Jasmine Crockett. And so as her pastor, I feel at a disadvantage following her, and Marjorie Taylor Greene would testify you do not follow Jasmine Crockett because you have bleached blonde. Y'all got it. So y'all pray for me, because following my member, she's a member of my church, ain't something I want to do. But very seriously, I'm Frederick Douglass Ames III, senior pastor of Friendship West Baptist Church in Dallas, Texas. One of the things that we have been determined to do is to reunite in holy wedlock Jesus and justice, because they never should have been divorced. After all, justice ain't political, it's biblical. It's
Right.
about restoring, it's about rebuilding, it's about reconnecting. It's about what Michael Eric Dyson says when he says that justice is what love sounds like when it speaks in public. And so we believe in justice when it comes to faith. It's very important that I establish that, because if justice is a part of my faith expression, then when you ask me about misinformation and disinformation, I serve a Savior who said, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Now, if the truth sets you free, lies are a setup to lock you up. And that is the kind of world that we live in politically, one of misinformation, disinformation. Misinformation has to do with rumors. Disinformation has to do with the intent that is evil, the intent that is basically says, I'm lying, I know I'm lying, I don't care that I'm lying, but I have an agenda behind the lie to accomplish what it is I'm trying to do. That is disinformation. And so it is our understanding that we've got to combat all of that. Number one, we've got to combat it in the media. In the media. Last week, Michael Eric Dyson on CNN went viral because Michael Eric Dyson dared to defend black women in general, and the black woman at the top of the Democratic ticket in particular, because someone decides, Congresswoman Nancy Mace, who's trying to become a Republican, she decides that she's going to call Kamala Harris out of her name, in essence, and then justified by saying, I can say whatever I want to say. We know about that. I'm so glad that my congresswoman goes on social media and says, the problem is not just with Nancy Mace, it's with a media that will give a platform to someone who is about disinformation and misinformation, even when they look like us.
That's right.
And I gotta say that, because if you're going to be a lapdog for lies as opposed to a watchdog that holds public officials accountable, then we don't need you serving in media, because you are a problem and we've got to call you out. But not just media, social media. I love Meek Mill. I respect Meek Mill, but Meek Mill is going to have to do what Meek Mill said in his song, Stay Woke. Meek Mill gets on his social media platform last week to question or bring up a rumor about the record of one Kamala Harris. And of course, we know Meek Mill's record. Meek Mill has been victimized by a criminal justice system that is unjust and downright criminal. So when he speaks on his platform, Meek Mill has authority. But unfortunately, it's authority without knowledge. And if it's authority without knowledge, then you get up and spread rumors. One more thing to Kamala Harris's record. Kamala Harris, I'm from California, though I pastor in Texas. I know Kamala Harris. I knew her when she served as DA. They were talking in the 90s about getting tough on crime. It was Kamala Harris who then coined the phrase, no, we ain't gonna get tough on crime, we gonna get smart on crime. Because it's not about locking black folk up, it's about keeping black folk who are criminalized and their bodies are weaponized out of the system before they get in the system. And then once they get in the system, we want to make sure they don't stay in the system, continuously victimized by the system. That's the whole truth and nothing but the truth. So Meek Mill, stay woke, my brother, stay woke. I'm just simply trying to say, as we do this thing, we combat misinformation and disinformation with trusted sources. I'm blessed because I've got a congresswoman who is about that truth life, and we need to connect with Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, but also we got to call out folk in the media who platform folk who ain't about nothing but lies and disinformation. It's both and not either or.
That's right.
Well,